Live. My name's Fola. If you are new here, a good day to you. Those of you coming back, you know who you are. Thanks for your support. Nice to have you here for this live today, where we're going to be talking about this dissolution, what it looks like when life is dissolving, because really what it means usually is life's asking for something more of you. Life is wanting to have you show up and let go of those old parts of self, which I don't know about you, but this has been this whole year for me. The last 2 years, it feels like just really shedding the old. And this all seems to be very much tied to Saturn. Saturn, which is now moving direct again. I think it was like the 29th or something this happened of November. So we're going to pull cards, probably do some like energy work slash like a guided energetic process or practice, some breath work to sort of just tune us into what may still be kind of lingering. And yeah, then I'll get into some personal card pulls. I don't think I'm going to get through everyone today. So as always, members kind of get first dibs with the card pulls, and then I might like select a couple people. Hi, Robin from NYC. Hello, hello. Thank you. Yeah, how's it been for everyone? This like what? So Saturn went direct, Mercury went direct. Oh my goodness, so much fun. I could witness, I'm witnessing it in people around me. So that's the thing. Hi, Nesrin. Hello. Ooh, okay. Well, let's start. Let's get some sage and that going. Sorry, Sage, I don't have matches with me right now. Don't think it's going to complain too much for us today. And then we'll get into the collective reading. Hi, Nesrin. Hello. 222. And we're going to tune in and call for those guides, those ancestors, those beings that wish to support us in really stepping into our next level self. What still is maybe asking to be dissolved in our lives? What is that? Can you make it known for us as a collective here today? So that we can just, yeah, I was listening to a astrologer, and I really just liked everything that was being said around this idea that until we like completely dissolve or let go of these aspects, these old aspects, we will never move forward, right? We will never move beyond what we have known. And it's so uncomfortable. And what I'm realizing this morning, this was just like this insight I had, was this idea of like, I've still been holding on to certain ways in which I thought I had to show up as like a spiritual teacher, share of all fun, magical, energetic things. And in other areas of my life, but especially like this role that I have held on to or I was placed in, and now it's like shifting into this new stream. And this morning I was kind of like, hey, like, how come it feels as though I keep hitting these walls? Because I know there's like clarity in other directions for my life, or at least I can see there's certain areas, like writing and working on the album, recording, all these parts are way more clear than the other stuff. And it used to be like different than that, right? I used to have like, okay, you can create these programs, you teach on this topic, share this sort of thing. And now it's just completely like evolved over the past couple years. And I'm realizing now that it's because there's this holding on or this need to completely let go of the old. So to me, this whole Saturn moving direct, being in Pisces, is going to be transitioning, my understanding, next year from that sign, I believe, into Aries. There's like a lot that seems to be showing up around this theme. So whatever that looks like for you, just inviting you to have an open mind as we tune into the cards here. I've been emotionally, spiritually, mentally fantastic. Physically, my body is hurting like crap. Oh yeah, okay, Robin. I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, hello, user. Hello, AJ Canada. Yeah, I mean, great awareness though, Robin, tuning into all of that for yourself. Well, let's just start with a gentle breath work here. It's just tuning in if your eyes are opened or closed. Allowing your breath to take the focal point of your awareness. And perhaps on your next exhale, just lengthening that exhale out just a little longer, maybe like another second or two. Really allowing your shoulders to drop down on that exhale. And on the inhaling, noticing that rebounding of breath that you don't really have to think about doing, it just automatically happens for you. That's why you are alive on this planet right now. And just relaxing anywhere in your body where you're noticing a tension, like maybe your face, your belly, your legs, your arms. Just allowing your breath to bring you here to this now moment. Just tuning now into your heart, imagining maybe there's a light, some form of energy ball at the center of your chest. And just note this light as it beams out before you, opening your heart to love, love of self, love with others, love with the universe. Just intentionally connecting to have this open heart. And on your next inhale, just bringing awareness to the whole body, to the body in the space that you were in, the room, and returning back with open eyes. Okay. Suffering is evolving. I think, I was listening to a call earlier and it was mentioned there. Yeah, it's like usually we make the most learning from those wrong choices, the difficult choices. And yeah, I think when we can step out of the world of duality, of like things being good or bad, and into this wider sort of perspective, then we start to learn from those difficult moments and see them as actually beneficial, whether it happens right in the moment or later down the road, So let's see, we're going to pull some cards for the collective here on this theme of what is life asking for you to let go of a little bit more of, a little bit more. We have the Two of Swords. And instantly was just hearing the word surrender. We have the Ten of Cups. What if there was actual surrender? That's, interesting. We're kind of having this conversation. What if there's actual surrender or joy in that surrendering? Could you allow yourself to have all the abundance you could ever imagine? Okay, so abundance, not just in like a physical sense, but we have abundance in your emotionality, which is really what's super important. It has nothing to do with the things, right? Like notice how the cups are like above them and the people below are dancing in joy. But in the South, we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So it just shows that it's going to lead to a very abundant opportunity for you. I'm just going to show you the Two of Swords that was in the East. But what if, with this surrendering, there could be so much potential? I'm really just noticing the gold. I'm just going to lift all these up because I feel like it's important to There's like yellow and gold in all these cards, but I'm really noticing the yellow of the feet. Okay, yellow of the feet, walking. Okay, let's pull one more card. Hello, Meredith, darling. Hello. Yeah, thanks, Nazrin. Understanding that is the pathway to becoming a shaman. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Shaman to shaman. Yeah, I think that's about mastery, right? Mastery. Give us a card in the north here. I'm feeling like maybe this is around something that might just be holding us. Okay. It's really not that sad, but as soon as I saw the like black cloak, it's like, oh, no wonder. I feel like this card's shown up quite a few times for us, but we have the 5 of Cups. So the halfway point between that 10 of Cups. Right? It's interesting how that's kind of like our last position, dare I say, in the wheel here. I feel I've said this so many times. Some of you, not all, many of you have worked through this more, but there's still, and I maybe this is an area for me to like clearly be mindful of. It's like the grieving around letting go of the old things, the things that didn't work, the things that you hoped for and you wished for, and it could have been a lot of different projects, different collaborations for some of you. You know, I know some of you, you've done like really big, great work in your life, and you're kind of like still holding on to what was. It's like, turn around and like get over this, because there's still stuff there. There's still the magic. There's still the gold of what you actually have reaped in from those experiences. Ooh, I just was noticing energy. So I was listening. I've been like rowing so much, you guys. It's been like great. And I love it because I'm using this app, and the instructors and like athletes who are on the app are just so encouraging. And one of the athletes was sharing about his journey into rowing and how he came about it. And I'm going to just shorten the story because it was, you know, we don't have all the time in the world. But basically, he was saying how he used to be like a runner, and then it just sort of wasn't feeling the same for him. He like his body was changing, and he just like wasn't sure. He was starting to get a little bit lower, like depression almost, we could say. But just that dark moment, the dark times that come when we're going through this sort of transition in our life, and whatever career, relationship, spirituality, you know, like when you're coming to something new, oftentimes there's this dissolution, things have to fall away and it's uncomfortable. And he shared that it was like he had no interest or call to do rowing, even though I guess his dad's like an Olympic rower. His dad never pushed them to do anything. But he finally just one day was like, I think I just have to let go of this running and focus on something else. So he completely shifted into this other career, work. And then he started having these thoughts of, I think I'm missing the competitiveness of sport. And he spoke to his dad, and his dad got him into the rowing. And I think this guy's like also now an Olympic rower. And so he was just talking about the importance of being willing to let go. Let go of what you thought or think it needs to be, because the universe has a whole completely different plan for you. You know, you think you know what it is. And, you know, I think we have a sense we know, like the cups are there, those passions, those, which I don't like that word because it means suffering, but like the things, which is interesting, suffering coming up again, that like desire, the interests, the curiosities, your skills, all that stuff's been with you since the beginning. It's developed. It'll always be there. It just might change its form. For him, it was running was there, the competition energy was there, the exertion of physical energy was there, but then it shifted into how it looked. So how is it shifting for many of you? Can you be willing to let go and see that the universe probably has a bigger plan for you, a plan that's both of these delicious things. Abundant in so many ways. I want to say abundant in body, abundant in relationships, in experiences and opportunities, and also like literally spirit handing you like a golden platter. We're going to pull one of these cards. What message do you have? Okay. We have 12. It says the society. I'm just going to look at this and see. It's kind of linking the higher tree energy. So the top spheres, like from Keter, and then we have Bina and Hokmah, and then we have Chesed and Gebura and Tiferet kind of in the center. So there's this like higher level ascension that's taking place here, and this card's called the Society. What I'm kind of getting the sense here is like you are moving beyond what you thought you had to do in order to survive your life, or to like put meat and potatoes on the table, like, you know, provide for your life. This is moving into something that's like spirit's literally being like, you need to think bigger, be and dream bigger, because I want you to make a bigger impact in the world. And this work is not for everyone, because most people are not willing to surrender. Most people are too busy fussing over that spilt milk, or they're too busy, like, I want to say like they're like busy drinking the cups, or like out busy doing something completely else versus embracing the beauty of, you know, the life experience. Like, do you know what I mean? Most people, I guess you could just, when people are asleep or not conscious, they're not willing to move beyond this way of life. Okay. To me, this is all the ideas of like waking up from the matrix, etc., etc. So let me just catch up with the comments, and then we'll pull some chakra cards. And of course, for those of you who are interested in personal card pull readings, like I said, I'll do some of them today. And there's some changes happening in this month, December, as we enter into 2026. But you can let me know in the comments. Drop your name if you would like cards pulled. You're the first card reader with hundreds. I felt medicine. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, a J. I called you AJ. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, thanks. I don't know if I call myself a shaman, but thank you. Meredith, you can tell you've been rowing. Your jawline looks snatched. Thank you. Norman. Hello, Norman Paul. I feel you for sure, Robin says. I know what you mean, Norman Paul. Yeah, okay, sweet. I'm grateful that many of you are hearing me, picking up when I'm putting down, or whatever they say. What is it? Tracking. Because yeah, there's something here. And as we've moved now into this like Saturn direct energy, I think a lot of this will come more to the light for you. And if you're doubting that, like, that's okay. Just trust there's the reason you're here listening to these words, taking part in this conversation, and just trust and last. How else can this show up in your life? How else can you have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and to recognize what wants to maybe be released from your life, so that you can really embody your role for society? Whew, it feels like right when I said that, then I was getting like, so what energy is that about? Please, Spirit, show us how we can heal that, how we can be aware of it, still embrace our greatness. It's way easier to play small. Oh no, we don't need that card. Oh, that's too funny, because this is like the theme around the same time I was listening to all this. And so there's like a episode or what, I don't know what I want to call it. I guess I could put it in Living Magic, a cult cast episode. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that that's a thing. but it's about perfectionism and it's about procrastination. So you're going to want to join in when that comes out, probably sometime in the next week. And as I say that, it's funny now. So for me, the perfectionism has been, oh my gosh, am I putting stuff out enough and meeting my like schedule and such and such. And as soon as I let that go, you guys, in the last like few weeks, I decided, you know what, or month. Remember when I put that out there? Some of you were like, I didn't even know you had a publishing release schedule. Yeah, usually I try to keep it on particular days. That's like what they say with YouTube, right? And I think it does help when you want to grow and establish your like your channel, grow your YouTube channel, make it into the partnership program, whatever. But as soon as I let go of the pressure to do that, I've been like making content like way more, I feel, and actually creating it early and publishing it so it's out like a week early. I'm like, oh, that's what I wanted this whole time, but since letting it go. And I think it has everything to do with this card of perfectionism. This energy of needing it to be right, of wanting it to be perfect. Oh my gosh, those of you on the Arcane Letters email list, you would have seen that from the other day. I kind of, this was that theme, right? And like what we need to do to let go of this sort of perfectionism, but more so from the lens of when you want to create something, how do you allow yourself to just recognize that you're doing it for yourself? It is nothing to do with anybody else. Oh, thank you, Meredith. I appreciate your donation. First of the month, it's Giving Monday. May it return to you 100-fold. Thank you. So, with that being said, this perfectionism is what's kind of keeping many of you in that place of I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You know, for the society, like you don't want to step into this role of your greatness because perfectionism is still haunting you. So we're going to ask those healing angels, those guides, those supports, your ancestors, all those ancestors who struggled with perfection, all those ancestors who learned how to navigate through perfection because it never fully goes away, to all just be present, all those entities that wish to contribute to us overcoming this perfectionism bug that keeps us small or holds us back from being in our greatness. We call to you all to show us, how can we move beyond this? Just taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Thank you. So whatever that energy is going to continue to flow to those of you who are willing to receive it, because this does not have to be the thing that holds you or stops you. Oh, thank you, Robin. Appreciate your donation too. May it return to you 100-fold. Thank you. Okay. Ugh. I'm like such a perfectionist, you guys. You know, yesterday I had a thought. I'm like, oh, the kitchen. If the kitchen's not like a particular way, which I guess based on human design, the kitchen is like my space. It's like my safe space, which is hilarious. After I learned that, I was like, I felt more at ease being in the kitchen so much. Because, you know, I like charge my cell phone there. There's so many things going on there. I just like standing in there and being in there. I can see out the window. There's plants at the window. Like it's a nice space. But I had this thought of, what if I were to like not clean the kitchen or clean up after anyone when there's like a spill? Because I'm one that will like wipe it right away. I don't like all that stuff on the counter. It just gets like messy to clean. And that thought came, and I'm like, these little types of experiments, you know, I highly doubt I would make it past like 24 hours, but you know, maybe that's my thing to work on. What's yours? What's one thing that you can find? This is the sorcerer in me that's like, pick that thing that you are like the most perfectionist about, or the second thing. Because if it's the first one and it's just too much, you know, you can get a little like anal about it. What's that one thing that you can just do a little experiment and push yourself past your boundaries of having it to be perfect? Like let go of that control again, surrender beyond it. and see what happens. So I feel like I need to make a little note about this. Do perfectionism experiment, because I'm gonna try this, and I'll probably report on it at some point, whether by video or post. Okay. What time is it? Keeping track. Gotta read some of these comments. It's AJ, spelled check, changed it to AJ. Okay. Shaman's job is to serve, and the ones they serve are children. They help people evolve spiritually. Thanks for that, AJ. Yamadabadoo! Me too. Something sad happened when I was cleaning. Sitting on Pinocchio's nose, calling me pretty. I felt this little girl. Oh, okay. Well, that's good for you. Ooh, that reminds me of, like, I haven't watched that, what's his name? Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio movie. I'm the opposite. I'm not a perfectionist. Well, you're a procrastinator, so Robin, it's the same thing. There's when I share that one, and if you saw the email, it kind of mentions, but the audio recording of the occult cast that will come out soon, it's literally about both those energies, because to me they're kind of the same. It's like I procrastinate because underlying it is my need to get it right. I'll put it off. But yeah, I can't say that's your reason, but I was fascinated to see how close that they were. Hello, Joanna Lula. What does my higher self want me to know? I guess if you're asking for cards pulls, you can let me know, and we'll see if there's time. Okay, I'm gonna pull a few more for the collective here. No, thanks, AJ. What does our soul want us to know here? Ooh, I'm kind of getting more of a sense of, like, your holy guardian angel. Hello, HJ. Which, to all you Thelemites out there, I don't know, I feel like there's quite a few of you that watch the channel here. You know what today is, December 1st. I send you some love. Is there a card in here? I might pull two, because there's another card in the deck that was left. Just waiting it out. So the first card that came out was grief. Okay, well, that was evident. We talked about that with the Five of Cups. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Didn't I say that? How, like, you always had these skills, these abilities, and, like, they've been with you forever. And it's never a loss when something is transitioning in your life. It's just like a chance to, like, really look at it or evaluate it and see what it's contributed to you. I think that's the important part here. For me, it's like working in the field of psychiatric nursing and doing all the different things. I used to work very heavily providing, like, Reiki, energy work, shamanic healing, ancestral healing, coaching, and all that fun stuff with people. And now it's like, definitely I've noticed how that's all shifting. And there's a grief around it, because it's like, oh, I thought that was, like, really fun. And I could see my role within it. And now something is shifting, and there's a grieving process because something new is coming about. So I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. You can use that as your mantra. You can screenshot the screen if you need to. Repeat that card. And then the other card that came out was empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. So, like, again, tying it into this Five of Cups, can you be willing to see both sides? Like, not, again, I mentioned that duality concept, right? Not just good or bad. It's like, can you be in the middle of the fence staring at both sides and be like, okay, yeah, neither good nor bad. Here we are. This is just unfolding for me the way it needs to. I'm trusting the process. So grief, empathy, and to end us, we're going to pull one of these Work Your Light Oracle cards. Okay, what would you like us to know? funny how you just look have to ask a question often. So take a break. It's a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So this, yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. Takes time. So can you take a break? I love how we're coming into that season of December, holidays, people, it slows down significantly. But like my partner and I were just talking about how in December, like we're both feeling like we're going, like things are moving now. Like, and yet to me as a woman, especially, the feminine energy is different. And he's like Aries, fiery initiator. It's important to take the breaks, to work efficiently. I don't think I need to sit here and work for like 8, 10 hours anymore. I used to think I had to do that, but really that just led to burnout. Now it's about working efficiently when I feel the inspiration and also pushing myself a bit, because it's important to note, if you didn't see my other video about creatives and like working even when you don't feel the motivation, you can check that out. It's on the page. Sometimes we have to, like, when we get an itch to do something but not like really feeling the drive to do it, we have to make ourselves just do it anyway, especially within the creative work, whatever that is that you may be feeling called to. But listening to the body, taking breaks, nurturing your body, all this stuff's going to help in the long run. And you find your own rhythm, your own way of which you do this, please, because it's really important. But I feel like this is a good little segue to December's offerings. But I've decided, at least for a few weeks, we'll see into that Christmas holiday time, where I'm feeling and what I'm doing. But I'm going to be hosting on Thursdays, working and study focus times that'll be like live videos. You can tune in, join me live, connect to your creative projects, whatever it is. If you're writing something, if you need to edit a video, or cut up some meditation track you've been waiting to publish, or some tarot cards, I don't care what it is, right? You can join in, and it'll be like a set time for an hour and a half where we'll just be working, no talking. I mean, people could chat if they want, but I ain't going to be looking at the chat, and just focus on what wants to get done. So if you're needing like a period of time to work on something else, because I think many of you may be like in other jobs, doing other things. And I can say, having done that, like working a full-time job before, and then working on making YouTube videos, working on writing the books, doing other things, it's a lot. You like really need to have like a self-motivation. Yeah, what a life's work. It could be a lot. So having that extra like connection with people, doing it together, I'm finding can be really helpful when the distractions are limited. So I'm not saying get together and talk, because then you get nothing done. But if you'd like to join that, that's going to be happening this Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's going to be this week's. And then there'll be like some weeks where it's later in the day. So bring your stuff. Many of you are working on things, I know, if you want to join in. So thank you, spirits. Thank you. Thank you for those insights. Now we're going to go into the personal readings. And for those of you tuning in, let me like this first. Those of you tuning in for the first time, I think now you actually have to hit subscribe, don't you? Maybe I didn't set that up for this. Maybe not. But subscribe. Obviously. Come back for more. If you like this, do you want to leave a donation like many of you have thus far? I appreciate it always. You can hit that Super Bucks button. And if you would like a personal reading, and check out any of my other offerings, like I have like free rituals, like one specifically for increasing abundance, the bye-bye cock blocking ritual. You can check that out. There's other ways we can work together, having private readings, etc. You can find that all in the description. So before I pull cards, I'm going to check who else wanted some. Focus your energy. Hello, Andrea. New subscriber. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Hello, stars. Times are changing. Faith takes time to take effect. Punching yourself is how you get better, but overdoing it ain't good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's like we're transitioning into this new way of being that I think doesn't involve hard work. And yet, I think really what the hard work is, it's not to like over strenuously exert ourselves, depending obviously on your, if you're a professional rower or a wrestler, like you're going to have to push yourselves. And it just makes me think of when I went to do this like martial arts Bushido training, and the like sensei, would like bend. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna bend your wrist back, like your hand back." And he's bending. He's like, "Tell me when it hurts." And like at one point I was like, "Okay, ow, it hurts." And he went, "Just a little bit more." And the fascinating thing to me about that experience was, and the rest of the whole freaking floor exercise workout, whatever, was that, oh, what I thought I could handle and what was my pain suffering threshold was actually not that. It was like I could go where he went. I didn't want to go, but it showed me like, oh, I can do that. And that didn't kill me. It didn't break my bones. And so I think all that's important when we're working on something is we might have to go a little bit like, and to me, this is magic, ritual. You have to go like a little bit more, Oh, you think that thing's going to kill you? No. I'm not going to die out here all night in the middle of the woods on a mountain by myself. Aren't there like cougars? No, you're fine. But like the mindset to enter and step through it. Anyways, just saying. Okay. Okay, Meredith. Well, you are a member. We'll get you done. Robin will get you. And then I think Joanna Lula said she would like one, too, or they. I don't know if you're she. I think we can get everyone in. I'm going to be quick, though, because I have a call at 4 I want to get to. So, Meredith, let's see. We're going to start with one of these for you. Asking your guides to be here. Interesting how we have the Passover, because it's like I was shuffling and I was like, there's something about the ancestors. And to me, the Passover is that. Thinking it from the like story in the Torah about the Passover, about like the story of a people's. So what's the story of your peoples, Meredith? Here we have the Bina, Chokmah connection, Hesed, Gebura, and then down into Hod and Netzach. So there's a balancing of the pillars of mercy and severity and how everything comes back to the heart. And I'm just really getting that sense of like that story of the Passover, how, I guess I'll give you this question to reflect, Meredith, is when you think about that story and you recognize that like God kind of was like, okay, my people, the Hebrew people, I'm going to do this thing and you have to go put goat's blood over your doors or whatever it was, lamb's blood, maybe, I don't know, to protect yourself or to, mark your door was really, I think, what the instruction was. And I'm going to do a miracle kind of thing. And then the next morning comes around and like all these firstborns, all these creatures or whatever have died because they didn't have that marking. And it was that led to the freedom of them from Egypt. I guess I just went like, when you think about that and you think about those two pillars of severity and of mercy, what comes to your mind? Right? Like would a loving God do that? Like there's some like weird ethical thing here. And maybe you're kind of perceiving that about your ancestors too, your story of your ancestors, the story of your bloodline. Show us something from the past of this, ancestors. What Meredith needs to know. Please. Do Do you want the other? Okay, fine. My whole deck just got split in half and flipped upside down. Because, anyways, I'm going to put this one up. That's why. They're like, don't use that deck. Okay. Do you want me to use both of them then? Fine. Interesting. So we got the root chakra complacency. Kind of as in the past. So, we have that energy of grief again. We have that energy of, that's interesting, energy of like loss. The loss, especially as it comes down to the family line, because I'm just, because it's the root card, chakra, root red card. So, like, message from your ancestors is kind of like, I wanted to say really like a grandmother energy is coming through. The complacency of the grandmother, the complacency of the feminine line in your family, Meredith. Like, how many of them you're perceiving as having been just complacent, been okay with how life was? There's something about this that, like, maybe you're kind of like, ugh. And they just really want to say something about, like, the time, the generational time, the years, the centuries. All those things played a factor here. You don't have to be complacent anymore. You can get up off the couch. They're going to guide you. They're going to support you. But like the time for grieving, I guess, like you've been almost grieving this complacency that maybe then is carried forward in your own life in certain aspects. Like that time's over. And so we have then the next card, bittersweet, a throat chakra card. So I'm picking up on the divine communications, connections. You could say you're like writing, anything that's flowing from throat to hands, right? Throat to mouth, like this form of communication. How can that like show up in the stories that you share? Because I think that's like a very applicable experience for many people. Is there an example of this? I feel like there's like a movie example. Will it come? Like what I'm kind of seeing, like I can't speak to these because like, it's been years since maybe I've watched them, if I've even seen any of them, but any of these like old historical movies or stories, like kind of like Pride and Prejudice. I don't know if like Great Gatsby is one. That's what's coming to my head. Maybe if you could like tune into any of those, Meredith, like there's something about like the time of the old and like you just getting some ideas from these like films or stories and seeing how it was kind of like in that energy of the Passover, how it was like good and not so great. Like it's bittersweet. It sucked, but it also led to something beautiful. I feel like there's like ideas spinning in your head um, that can help you to like lay a foundation, get clarity or focus on what's actually important right now. Pull one of these for you, Meredith. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Yeah, because I mentioned kind of having this like, it didn't really feel like a disruption. Like it just felt like more like thoughts. But if that's like, all those thoughts can lead to confusion, which can like make you feel uneasy. So how can this peace show up, or how can you call upon this peace in this statement? I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. That might help you. So you can screenshot that if you'd like. Come back to this, whatever you need to. Anything else? Thank you. Oh, I guess maybe we're not pulling tarot today. Maybe we're going to just do these things. I don't know. Frick, man. I don't want to say we're not, because God knows then it'll change. But thank you for being here, Meredith. Okay. Ooh, I gotta read comments, but we're gonna move on to Robin as well. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Hello, Pius. Oh, hello, hello. Long time. Yeah, it was about faith. God is everything good, evil, and everything in between. Yeah, it's been a long time, Pius. I'm glad you're here. My mom's friend passed on today. Interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. Sorry to hear that. That might be when people pass away and like, no, maybe that was who it was, because it felt like someone was there, but it definitely felt like a grandmother-y energy. What was I gonna say? But when like people pass away and everyone's telling stories and stuff, it might be a good time for you, Meredith, to like be present with those, because there could be things that come through. Be careful on the shaman's path. If you're not strong enough, you become a brujo. Hello, Sahil. Hello. I don't think I'm going to get to everyone today for readings, because I'm going to have to call it quits at just before 4 here. So that's like 14 minutes. So I better stop talking and get into Robin's reading. My mother always complained about how complacent my grandmother was. It's a movie I've envisioned with bittersweet symphony. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, yeah, you follow that. I'm not sure. Yep, you are a master at this. Oh, thanks. Still, you guys, I just do the things. But thank you, Meredith, for sometimes it hits. Sometimes it hits. Okay, Robin, let's see what the cards have to say for you. Calling to your guides, your ancestors, those beings. The moment. Number 3. The moment. From Keter through down, not into, this is the one card we don't have here. Tiferet, the heart, we have Yesod, the moon, so in the womb, down to Malkut. And then your hip points. So I don't know if it's your hips that are like, that lower part body that's kind of bugging you. Yeah, you had mentioned something about your body. Okay, well, show us emotional. I wanted to say show us emotional. We'll put that there, quest. Show us intellect. Both throat cards, which is interesting. So you have quest, as this is tied to Netzach, like the emotionality is kind of what had showed up. Something about this choice. Choices. Which one are you going to choose? The mother and your spirits are supporting you. They're showing you. They're communicating. That's why we have the throat card, blue. Robin, like there's so much here that you don't have to worry about. All you need to do is be in the present moment. It's interesting how it's quest. And it's interesting because how I'm holding them, I obviously I'm kind of like it's like this, but this just looks so big. It seems like, when you're about to like embark on something new, it just seems like the biggest quest, the biggest like mountain to climb. And you're not focusing so much on the moment, Robin. It's like you're kind of focusing on, oh my God, the next step, this path, the choices I'm going to have to make, instead of being like drawing the opportunities of expansion or the focus on, wow, how is this experience, this quest going to expand me? How is it going to make me grow? And I don't think there's really much you have to do about this, because we're coming into the end of 2025 into 2026, which is the Jupiter year of the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like it's just going to be like, whew. But what's so required of you then, Robin, is to be in the moment. And what I'm seeing too is the 3. I was just learning about this idea, like the Enneagram and the concept of this, like the 3, how important they are. And it's like you have the duality there, but you also have the balance of the space, the balance of the middle. That when you're in that place versus being in the us or them energy, everything just opens. Everything is so much more expansive. And it's kind of funny because it's like you, instead of feeling the emotions of what's going on, of having to make choices, You can just intellectually choose to focus on expansion. Let's pull one of these. For sure, it's my hips. Service. I feel good when I can help others. So maybe there's healing for you around this. You know, when you do something for other people, or you just do something, usually you distract yourself with like your body or your pain, or like it just takes you into a different place. I think there's a lot of people, like, I don't know, I'm like Mother Teresa, like a lot of these people who struggled and they like hyper focused over there. I don't know, maybe there's something there for you, Robin, like not to diminish pain or to neglect, like doing the things to check it with like medical system or whatever, but there's something here, especially when we think about that womb, the womb space you sowed, and the power of the intuition, the power of you as this like powerful, like feminine, like really, like the mother, the goddess, the healer, the high priestess, which the moon and that high priestess card are connected because it's the high priestess card that links. Oh, this is Tiferet. That's funny because I was thinking Keter. It links Keter and Tiferet, right? Like it reaches up above the abyss. That's like an energy you hold. So how else can you use that to support people and help that to tune into this healing of body, anywhere else that maybe needs to be brought to your awareness, especially like just focusing on the expansion versus the big mountain summit that you are about to embark on, say. Well, you've already been embarking on it. Now, though, it's like getting real. So I think that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. Yeah, it felt very like intellect. It felt very like mindy. Like, whereas like Meredith's reading, I could feel like this energy coming in and it was like channeled that way. There's something here for you. Maybe there's like an overuse of your womb, even, Robin. Like, not overuse, but like we can become so spiritual or like so connected to our spiritual stuff that we forget about our physicalness. It's kind of that same thing. I hope that makes sense. No, okay. You're welcome, Meredith. You have to choose in between becoming a shaman or having a relationship with kids. I've been told by my higher self to be present now moment. Cool. Well, if anyone will listen, it's you, I am sure. You're welcome. I saw your question the first time, I think. Joanna Lula. Thank you. We're going to move on to Joanna Lula. That's so fucking hilarious. So let's see your question. What was your question again? What does my higher self want me to know? Okay. And then, yeah. Well, let's call to Joanna Lula's guides, ancestors, those beings that wish to support in bringing awareness through this reading. What does their higher self want them to know? The victor. I'm getting like Rocky vibes. This is cool because we kind of have almost all of the spheres except Keter, which is interesting. And I feel like there's something. I feel like I need to read this quote. This is like my favorite quote. I'm just going to read this to you, Joanna Lula, if I can find it relatively quickly. It's from the Gospel of Thomas, one of the like Nag Hammadi Gospels. This is verse 3, right? No, verse 2, right? Yeah, okay, verse 2. Jesus said, "Those who seek should not stop seeking until they find. When they find, they will be disturbed, When they are disturbed, they will marvel and will ruin, oh my God, and will reign over all. And after they have reigned, they will rest. Let me read that again because I completely butchered it. Those who seek should not stop seeking until they find. When they find, they will be disturbed. When they are disturbed, they will marvel and will reign over all. So I'm just reading that for you. Johanna Lula is a message from your higher self. This idea of reigning, of being the victor, it requires a sacrifice. It requires being willing to seek and to do the work and to find things that you may not want to see or know. Oh my God, especially about yourself. I don't know about you all, but like for me, I had a pretty intense experience during my healing process of having like repressed sexual trauma memories come to the surface. Not fun. So grateful though that it happened. So, things like this and recognizing that you will be the victor over whatever those challenges are. So let's see 2 cards here based on chakras for you. Where you may be playing the victim, your self-worth. So you've been not really focusing on, let me rephrase that. Your self-worth, like, maybe you kind of like beat yourself up a bit, Johanna Lula, like that's still putting you into this like victim mode. Oh, this happened to me and I'm just not good enough, or why, woe is me. Like there's this victimization. People have taken the things from me and wronged me and whatever. I don't know. Are you indigenous or like have some, cultural, racial thing? Because that's a huge one that we can easily go into. Oh, no one wants to hang out with me because I'm a person of color or something like that. Stop those words. It could be anything, right? Sexuality, it could be your skin color, ethnicity, whatever. There's like some energy of rejection. Are you an artist or trying to create something? Because if that's the case, the rejection stuff is definitely not serving you. Like the beating yourself up is only leading to more rejection. Rejection from your peers. Rejection actually from people who want to support you. So what's the soul card here? Higher self. Ooh, I've got like 2 minutes. I want to thank you all for being here, by the way. So something about relationships, Johanna Lula. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So here you go. This is your mantra to help you break those old victim mentality bonds and step into you being the victor, step into being accepted and not focusing on rejection. You can say the statement, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Screenshot it. I don't care what you do. Repeat that. Record yourself saying it and repeat it multiple times. It is so important. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to pull you 1 card, Pius, but then I got to go. Because, yeah, sorry guys, not enough. But of course, if anyone wants a reading, private reading, you can let me know. Head to the links in the description. Hope you enjoy tomorrow. There's a premiere of a gong bath I'm excited for us to take. Calling to Pius's guides. What card here do you want for her? Ancestors. Thank you, Johanna Lula, for being here. All of you for taking part. I know I'm maybe missing some of the comments, but unfortunately, this is just how it goes today. Pius, are you overworking yourself? Oh, how can you like actually, what I'm really seeing with this, Pius, is how can you bring someone in to help you with your work? See how there's 2 raisins, 2 different types of fruit, the same fruit, but 2 versions of it. There might be someone here that's wanting to come in and help you with easing your workload so that you can focus on your creative venture, the beauty of what you make. Because you make beautiful things. So you don't have to do it alone. You can open the door to others. We're going to just ask the angels to support you with bringing that in. This, like, yeah, like, and it's like really, I'm seeing someone that's almost like a partner with you, like equal. So I don't know how that sits with you, but whatever might be blocking, wanting to surrender a bit of that control, we'll just ask for that to gently so you can have that trust and engage with someone. Ooh, come on next time. I'm going to try to do a daytime one so I can come on sooner next time and earlier in the day so you can tune in. But yeah, thank you, Pisces guides, those ancestors, to all those present here today. May you all have a gentle return into your day. Thank you. Thank you again for those donations, for your energy, all of you new, returning. Yeah, so great to have you here. And I guess until Thursday with our study session and the premiere live sound bath coming tomorrow. I hope that's fun for you. Have a great full moon this week. And yeah, till the next time, you guys. Bye.